Bride of Chucky. It's going to have spoilers. This is your warning. Click away now if you must. Cool. Alright, so the titular bride of Chucky, Tiffany, is a very good addition. I've felt that she bounced off of Chucky very well. It's enjoyable seeing these two causing havoc together. This movie definitely feels like more of a comedy, so I don't know how I felt about that. I've always preferred it when Chucky is the funny one, and the world around him is scared to death of him, but he himself is hilarious and he's laughing at himself. But in this one, it feels like everything's kind of bonkers, so kind of takes away the luster of Chucky. And again, it makes sense because the addition of Tiffany is an equal to Chucky, but it still makes him feel kind of lost in his own movie, which is unfortunate. I mean, she technically is the main character, but their personalities are very similar in regards to what makes them different. Is that Tiffany seems a little bit more redeemable. Chucky just wants to kill everyone. The way they add her in as a retcon is done fairly well. I mean, it makes sense given the events of 1, 2, and 3. He's just so hyper-focused on getting a body back that he wasn't even considering anything of his past life. I mean, there was that sequence in 1 where he went and attacked the dude that was his getaway driver. But let's forget that. The soundtrack in this movie was awesome. It was like a 90s time capsule, and Chucky even makes fun of that and says the 80s were so much better. I agree, dude, but overall, the soundtrack was great. Mostly the licensed stuff. The original stuff was cool too, but mostly the license, because it was in that era where it was like, we need to get licensed songs in here. The effects work was mostly good. I just had a bit of a complaint with some of the shots felt lazily done, and I do believe that's because there was a whole secondary doll now that they had, so a lot of shots felt like they were shot in a way that they could just cut it together in post or do it off screen. It felt kind of lazily done. Could have just been me being overcritical. The effect work that wasn't as good as the last 3. I mean, I don't do effects. Who am I to judge? I just say what's good and what's bad as a viewer. Oh yeah, this movie has a plot. Kind of forgot about it. The plot of this movie is there's 2 teenagers that are in love and they run away with each other. My hand's probably gone. That's okay. My hand ran away! They run away with each other, and Chucky and Tiffany kind of are with them the whole movie. From what I interpreted of this, it was supposed to be the like flipped mirror version of Chucky and Tiffany, the good couple, so to speak. Problem, they were incredibly boring to watch, and it just did not work for me. Like, obviously, the movies are about Chucky, and now Tiffany as well, but having these 2 characters who I don't even remember their names. God, be honest with that one. I'm not even going to Google it. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember who they were. I just remember they were very generic characters, and everybody in the movie more or less was just a body for Chucky and Tiffany to kill. Being a fan of slasher movies, I can deal with stupid teenage characters. But the problem with this is that we bounce between just the 2 for a majority of this movie. And it would be fine if there were numerous and we bounce between them and it wouldn't get stale, but they get stale really quick and they really bring the movie down. My favorite way that somebody was taken out in this movie is they're in a hotel and Tiffany goes to this other room and like throws a bottle at a mirror, and the mirror drops down, the shards take people out. That was cool. I really liked that one. Everything else in this movie, not so much. There was one with nails as well, which I don't know logistically how it worked, but they like hit it and it, which is the Pinhead reference, which was really cool. Because he's like, I think I've seen that before. Why? That wasn't a good Chucky. Those 2 kind of stuck out. Everything else was more or less forgettable. And then the ending, which, again, spoilers. Glenda being born. That was something. I was not expecting that watching this movie. Overall, I was entertained by this movie. It wasn't very good. It was entertaining, but I much prefer the direction of the original trilogy where it's creepy and Chucky is funny, whereas this one is just a straight-up comedy with horror elements. It's a horror comedy, whereas I wouldn't really classify the other Child's Play movies as such. I love Chucky's humor. He's hilarious, but I felt when everything is kind of over the top, it doesn't work. Chucky needs to just be funny on his own. Everything else needs to just be scary, as best as they can, of course. So this movie really fell short for me. I like the inclusion of Tiffany. She was cool, but I wasn't a fan of this movie as a whole. It was entertaining, but I don't like this direction, and I feel like this is where they're gonna go for the next couple. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, bell. Tell me your favorite direction of the Chucky series, Child's Play series. I don't know. Click somewhere here. I'm sure I have another one. Goodbye, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.